All right, so looking at there, they're saying test the series for convergence or divergence. By the way, it's a positive term series. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking that, integration might be a way to go in this over here. So I'm going to write down f of x is equal to x squared over e to the x cubed. Now this is certainly a continuous, it's certainly positive, and it appears to be decreasing, all right? So decreasing, where? I'm going to say from 1 to infinity. If you want, you can take the derivative of that and show that, all right? I don't know if that's necessarily important to do at this point, because we always find some interval forward where it's decreasing, but it clearly looks like it's decreasing. E to the x cubed, much larger than x squared, all right? So from 1 to infinity. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is write the integration down, and I'll put this over here, 1 to infinity. Let me see if I said that right. I'm going to go from 1 to infinity. And let me put the integration down. So it's going to be x squared, e to the x cubed, dx. I'm going to do some integrations on the side, by the way, so I realize I need to, write a limit down over here. So limit as n goes towards infinity. I'm sorry, not n, a, I'm sorry. And then I got to get that antiderivative. Let's see if I can do that. So I'm going to say x squared e to the x cubed dx. I'm going to say u is equal to x cubed, and du is going to be 3x squared dx. I think I can do it now. Put a little star here to remind me. And x squared dx is 1/3 of a du. And then I get, let's see, e to the minus u. I can integrate that, and what do you get? Well, you get minus 1/3 e to the minus u. And what's u? By the way, there's a plus c over here. So let's write this over here. So it's minus 1/3 e, what was u? It was minus x cubed, plus some constant integration. So I'm going to write this over here a little differently. I'm going to write it as minus 1 over 3 e to the x cubed. And that's going to go from 1 to infinity. Let's write this down as, I'm sorry, I did that again, and I have to really be careful what I'm saying over here. It's kind of sloppiness. I'll write this over here. It's actually 1 to a. So I can actually do the limit now. As a goes to infinity, the upper limit, the bottom is going to be huge, and the top is always going to be minus 1. So I do get 0. And then I get minus a minus, which is going to be plus 1 over 3. And that's going to be e to the first power, which is just going to be e. So 1 over 3e, all right? By the way, notice on my key I got a mistake over here. And I'll point it out, and I have to correct it, by the way. The mistake is, I'm just noticing it, that this is 2, and this should not read to be 2. This should read to be the number 1. So this will be crossed out, and I need to correct that, so there's an error here. I'm hoping I remember to do that, and that you're not going to see that error when you're looking at the document, all right? Errors crop into the document all the time, by the way. Thank you.